Hello everyone, hope everyone is doing good. Now we are moving into our last unit, that is unit 5. In unit 5, as I have already gave you some introduction, this is a very big chapter of all AEC. Among all 5 chapters, this is the very big one. This is also very easiest one. Okay, so unit 5 we are having 2 parts. Check your syllabus as you all are having notebooks with you. We have already pasted a syllabus copy at first page of your notebook. Excuse me. See that one. So unit 5 is divided into 2 parts, part A and part B. Part A comprises of wave shaping techniques and part B is all about multi vibrators. So in this session we are going to learn only basics of unit 5, and in unit 5 what we are going to cover. Okay, so first of all, that is wave shaping. So what is wave shaping? As I have already told you, in electronics we don't need to by heart all the definitions. The name itself indicates the whole definition. So what is wave shaping? Wave means any waveform, like sinusoidal or any square, any triangular, like anything. That means shaping. Shaping means conversion of one shape to another shape. That means if sinusoidal wave is there, if you want to convert that sine wave into some other wave, then that process is called as shaping. So we are going to see wave shaping techniques. It means we are going to alter the shapes of waveforms, basic waveforms. We are going to alter the shape of basic waveforms in this wave shaping circuits. Okay, the whole thing will be covered under our unit 5 part A. Okay, subtopics I will discuss with you later. Now come to unit 5 part B. What is unit 5 part B? Multi vibrators. Multi vibrators. That means vibration means vibrations refers to a word called state. What is meant by state? Either on or off state. That means if any circuit vibrates in one or more states, that is referred as multi vibrators. Means one or more frequencies. At one or more frequencies, those are called as multi vibrators. So what are multi vibrators? How many types of multi vibrators? Why we are going for this multi vibrators? Everything will be covered under our unit 5B. Okay. So first one is wave shaping. Come to 5A, in which we are going to discuss the whole stuff here. So wave shaping is of 2 types. Linear wave shaping. What is linear wave shaping? Wave shaping, we know the process of alteration of shape of a waveform is called as wave shaping. Then what is linear wave shaping? The process of alteration of shape of a waveform by means of linear network. Okay, wave shape alteration by linear network. Okay, so the definition of linear wave shaping will be the process of alteration of shape of a waveform by means of a linear network is called as linear wave shaping. Okay, so in linear, what is meant by linear network? A network which is constructed only by means of linear elements. What are the linear elements which obeys our Ohm's law? What are the elements that obey Ohm's law only? R, L and C. These 3 are our linear elements. So if any network will go shape deterioration or shape changing by means of these RLC elements, then that is referred as linear wave shaping. Okay, so in this linear wave shaping, in syllabus we are having only RC circuits. That means we are going to see only combination of resistor and capacitor. So R and C. Resistor, capacitor, only two elements we are having. So for one time resistor, capacitor. One combination is by giving input to resistor and output from capacitor. This forms one RC circuit, and like this, one time input to capacitor and output from resistor. This forms another circuit. If you give input to resistor and collect output from capacitor, then this forms as low pass filter, which is called as RC low pass filter or RC low pass network. That means it allows only lower frequencies and attenuates all the higher frequencies. Next one, if you give input to capacitor and if you collect output from resistor, then this automatically forms the opposite version of this high pass filter, which is called as RC high pass filter, which allows only high frequencies and rejects all the low frequencies. This is about RC networks. So in RC networks we are going to see low pass filter and high pass filter. As you all know, low pass filter, what is low pass filter? Frequency response, allows only low frequencies. So one point I want to mention here is that if I give input to resistance and if I collect output from capacitance, I am saying that low pass filter is getting formed. How this is forming, how this is coming. Okay, this thing after our lockdown sessions, whenever we meet in class, I'll discuss in class directly. Here also I'll discuss, but it won't be as clear as that. This entire point that I'll repeat in next classes also, it means physical classes. Okay, so this is the frequency of low pass filter. Okay, frequency response, amplitude and frequency. Which cutoff frequency we will get here? In low pass filter we will get higher cutoff frequency. Yeah, so like that. In same way, consider frequency response of high pass filter. We know that frequency response will be like this. Ila untundi frequency response. So in this frequency response, which cutoff frequency we will get? This is lower cutoff frequency. So it is clear that in high pass filter we will get lower cutoff frequency. In low pass filter we are going to get higher cutoff frequency. Okay, so in syllabus, okay, let me be clear. Check here. In linear wave shaping, high pass, low pass RC circuits. Okay, high pass RC circuit, low pass RC circuits we are going to construct, and we are going to study the responses for sinusoidal, step, pulse, square and ramp inputs. Sinusoidal signal as input, step, pulse, square and ramp inputs. For all these 5 input signals we are going to analyze how the shape of waveform is changing. If I give sinusoidal signal as input to low pass or high pass RC circuit, which shape I am going to get? If I give step input, which shape I am going to get? If I give pulse, which shape I am going to get? Like that, square and ramp. We are changing the input signals as per in syllabus, but we are going to analyze what we are going to get. This is first half of part A of 5th unit. Okay, so in 5th unit what we are going to see in part A means first half of your part A of 5th unit will be linear wave shaping. Okay, here linear wave shaping. So what will be part B then? Part 2 of 5th unit A part will be non-linear wave shaping. What is nonlinear wave shaping? What is nonlinear wave shaping? What is linear wave shaping? We have seen, right? So as like linear wave shaping, nonlinear wave shaping will also be there. So what is nonlinear wave shaping means? Let me be clear. Wave shaping, we know. What is wave shaping? The process of alteration of shape of a waveform is called as wave shaping. So what is nonlinear wave shaping? Then the process of alteration of shape of a waveform by passing it through a nonlinear network. Okay, so by process of alteration of shape of waveform by passing it through a nonlinear network. What is nonlinear network? What is linear network? As I said before, which comprises of linear elements. Linear elements means which obeys Ohm's law, like R, L and C. What are nonlinear elements then? These diodes and these transistors. These and all are non-linear elements. So we are going to change the shape of an input waveform by means of diodes and transistors. In this we are going to use only diodes. So with the help of diodes we are able to form clippers and clampers. Okay, what is clipper? What is clamper? Clipper means the name itself is indicating clipping. Clipping means cutting off, removing a portion in any signal. Clamping means shifting. Clamp avadam ante shift avadam. So shifting of waveform from one place to another place. So like this we are going to see clippers and clampers in non-linear wave shaping. So in totally we are going to cover our 5th unit A part. Let me be clear, this is a very huge part. Only 5th unit first part, or either only 5th unit second part, or 5th unit first part, if you consider, it will be having a syllabus of unit 1, unit 2 and unit 3 quantity. That much big syllabus and that much big derivations we have. So from tomorrow onwards, from next class onwards, we are going to see entire detailed description. We are going to enter into the subject. So please make your pens and pencils ready with you and do some workout. Follow the class regularly and write whatever I tell, like in class how you do, like that take your running notes. It will be very easy. Okay, so all basics I am going to give you in this now. So in first one, unit 5 part A, first part is linear wave shaping. In that we are going to see first what is definition of linear wave shaping, and then RC low pass filter. In RC low pass filter, frequency response and transfer function, response for step pulse square, response for sine wave, and then response for ramp. Okay, so these will be step pulse square, sine, ramp. Those will be the inputs for our RC low pass filter, and then we are going to analyze this. Okay, in any additional points are there in step, we'll get more additional points, we'll cover in step itself. Like that RC low pass filter comes. And then next I am just summarizing what I said before. Okay, this paper or this page, take screenshot, or else I'll post this picture. Keep this with you. This will be very easy while you are going through your exam preparations for 5th unit. Okay, this is RC high pass filter. So like this is also having frequency response, transfer function, same response for step, pulse, square, sinusoidal and ramp inputs. RC low pass filter and RC high pass filter. This finishes our linear wave shaping, and 5th unit A part, second part will be non-linear wave shaping. So in non-linear wave shaping we are going to see clippers, clampers. In clippers there are tens in number of classifications that we are not going to see here. Series clippers, shunt clippers, diode clippers, transistor clippers. There will be Zener diode clippers, single-ended clippers, double-ended clippers. There is a vast classification of clippers will be there. And clampers, above reference level and below reference level. Clampers will be somewhat simpler than clippers. So everything will follow a procedure step by step, like as we did in previous derivations, one step by defining one step and following up it with next step, like that we'll do in class. I have designed this one in step by step procedure. Okay, like everything will follow in that step. Okay, so in tomorrow's class we are going to discuss about RC low pass filter. Okay, so what is RC low pass filter, what is linear wave shaping, what is RC low pass filter, how it is going to work, what is the transfer function of this, how we are going to analyze all the responses, that we are going to see now in this session. Okay, so first one, linear wave shaping definition. What is linear wave shaping definition? What I said previously, the process of alteration of shape of what I wrote here. Read once. Non-sinusoidal waveform. Non-sinusoidal waveform. The process of alteration of shape of non-sinusoidal waveform by passing it through a linear network is called as linear wave shaping. So what is linear wave shaping? See the process of alteration of shape of a waveform. So shaping, in the shaping, shape will come as first word. Shape of what? 2. Okay, waveform by means of what? By this linear network. This is 3. Linear wave shaping we read like this, but by framing in definition we have to jump from 1 to 3. Shape, changing the shape of waveform by means of linear network. Which waveform it is? It is only non-sinusoidal waveform, because if you give a sine wave to any RC circuit or else any linear circuit, it won't change its shape. Okay, but only by means of non-linear circuit only it will change its shape. That's why we have stressed the non-sinusoidal waveform. Okay, so what we are going to see means RC low pass filter. What is low pass filter? First define low pass filter. Allows only low frequencies and stops all high frequencies. Is called as low pass filter. Allows only low frequencies and stops all high frequencies is called as low pass filter. So we are going to construct RC. What I have discussed here. See, only there are two elements, resistance and capacitance. We have to give input to one element and we have to collect output from one element. So in low pass filter, we are going to give input to what? We are going to give input to resistance R, and we are going to collect output across capacitor. Input, output. The current flowing through this circuit will be Vi of t. All are analog signals, so we are going to give analog signals. Okay, this is the RC low pass filter circuit. So how high pass circuit will be formed? The positions of capacitor and resistance will be exchanged. That we will see later. Okay, here R and C. So for this low pass filter, what we are going to do? First we are going to derive transfer function by using KVL and Laplace transforms. Listen, we can solve all these circuits by means of Laplace transforms or else either with differential equations. But the easier method will be Laplace transforms, that only we are discussing here. So by means of Laplace transforms, we are going to solve these circuits. So now see, step by step procedure, written all these steps here, how we are going to find out the response for an input. Okay, that means if you consider we are in syllabus, we are having response of our low pass RC circuit, response for sinusoidal step, something like that, right? So if you want to consider response for sinusoidal signal, or if you want to consider, say it is step, if our input signal is step, how we are going to analyze the response of the signal, that we will see here. Okay, so step 1 will be defining input signal. Okay, whatever is the input signal, we are going to define here. How will we define? By means of formula and by means of and, not either or. Okay, and by means of waveform. So in step 1, side heading, defining input signal. Everything for low pass or high pass, for 5 responses if you want to learn, this is the process. By formula and by waveform. So second step will be mapping of input to circuit. Okay, that means here input waveform diagram will come. This is applied to what? Circuit. Which circuit is this? Either high pass or low pass. That circuit diagram we are going to draw here, and what we are going to find? This is Vi of t, right? So we are going to find V0 of t. We don't know this V0 of t. Simply we put question mark. And this question mark will be revealed after step 4. In step 4. Sorry. Okay. So this is mapping our input to the circuit. And step 3. analysis. Analysis. How will we analyze this one? First, what we want? We want our circuit. Yes. So, we are having Vi of t. Find Laplace and get Vi of S. Okay. Next, Vi of t, from Vi of t we will get Vi of S. Next one, applying KVL to the circuit. If you apply KVL to the circuit, we will get two definitions. For V input of t, we will get two equations for V input of t and V naught of t. Next, apply Laplace transform to V input of t as well as V naught of t. Okay, as well as for V input of t and V naught of t, we have to apply Laplace transforms. So what will we get? Vi of S and V naught of S. We have already Vi of S. That will be substituted here, and we use in middle somewhere if needed, we'll use partial fractions to solve V naught of S. Finally, we have to get V naught of S. If V naught of S is in suitable form, solve V naught of S in suitable form. That means the form should be compatible to apply our inverse Laplace transform to get V naught of t. Okay. So, by inverse Laplace transform, find out V naught of t. Done. We are done. We have founded the response, output response of the input signal. So, these all are the steps. So, first of all, finding Vi of t for Vi of t function, we are going to find out Vi of S. And by applying KVL to the circuit, we will get Vi of t and V naught of t. And by applying Laplace transform to equations, don't confuse between Vi of t function and Vi of t equation. This will be clear if you do step response once. Okay. Laplace transform to Vi of t and V naught of t, Vi of S and V naught of S. Partial fractions if needed to solve V naught of S in suitable form. By applying inverse Laplace transform, we will get V naught of t. Now, step 4. Plotting output waveform. Likewise, in this step 2, here we don't know V naught of t. Now we know V naught of t. Yeah. So, here Vi of t given to that circuit, whether that is low pass or high pass, that circuit we are going to draw here, and we have to represent that with graphic. Okay. So, these are the simple steps that we are going to find out response for sinusoidal, step, pulse, square and ramp inputs for linear wave shaping. These all are basics of your linear wave shaping. From next class onwards, we are going to see responses for step, pulse, square for low pass and sinusoidal and ramp for low pass. There ends our low pass, and then the same approach we are going to apply for high pass. Like that we are going to see step by step. Okay. Thank you. Hope you all understood this. Make some doubts, make some queries for this, and do participate in all